Mm.
What's up, dude?
Nikki, how we doing, man?
Not too shabby. Am I the only one?
So far. Whereabouts are you YouTube? Are you committed coaching? Where are you from?
YouTube.
Okay, cool. Today's more of a committed coaching session, so I won't do too much YouTube stuff today. That was yesterday. But while I'm waiting for the boys to jump in, the other sales team, got any? What do you do? What's your offer? What do you sell?
Yeah, so it's we sell an AI tool for attorneys, basically a SaaS product.
Ah,
It's a
I feel
SaaS
like I had
product.
a.
And so
Were you
I
on
was
yesterday?
I was on yesterday, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So many names. How's it? Well, got any other questions for me? While you got me?
Um, I actually redrafted our discovery because the thing is I sell myself, but I also have a team. And
Mm.
so I recorded a bunch of demos for them, or they had them record a bunch of demos that I analyzed afterwards, and I just realized that our discovery just sucks balls. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just they're they're so eager to get into the demo and start showing the product because the product is that good and technically sells itself that they feel like they don't have to really establish a gap and they can just show the product and show the features and they're gonna wow the world and they're not going to get any objections, which is not true. And so we had,
Mm.
based on our conversation the other day, and I just redrafted the whole discovery process. And one thing that I saw that I didn't used to do, but I do much better job now with is just probing. Like if someone tells me, "Oh, I do legal research," we just take it for granted, right? You do legal research, but how do you do it? What are the results that you're currently getting, right? How much time are you spending? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you know, based on these results, what is there? Is there something that you could potentially change? How is this impacting your practice? Right. And just drilling, drilling, drilling until we realize that, oh, so there is a gap, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's one thing. And then during the presentation stage, one thing that we started, I think, doing a better job at is really understanding like which one of these we call them workflows or features resonates with you, right? Just
Mm.
to understand, hey, do you actually find it useful? And sort of to put them in a position where like, oh, I like this, I like that, almost to like convince themselves that this is the right functionality for them. But
Yes.
the demo needs to be based on what you discovered during the first part of the call, right? You don't just show them something completely out of the blue. It's like the analogy that I would give is if someone comes to the gym and wants to just work out legs all day, every day, and you just start showing them a bicep machine, they're like, yeah, dude, I don't give a shit about my biceps. I just want to do legs all day. And
Yes.
so you don't discover that without asking questions.
Yeah. So all the discovery is discovering the problem, the solution solves the problem.
That's right.
That's it. It's simple.
That's right.
People just overcomplicate it. So if your pitch isn't talking like, and this is why 85% of your pitch should be probably generic. It's the same shit you do every time, but 15% is going to be tailored to like, okay, so the problem that you have, this is how we're going to solve it. The other issue you're having, this is how we're going to solve it.
Right.
Pitch has to be, they have to be linked. Otherwise, what's the fucking point?
That's right. And I did have, so what I do usually with my team is I let them do, they usually close within 2 meetings or 2 demos. The first one is more of the discovery and the demo, and the second one is like a check-in after they finish the trial.
Okay.
And so today we had a guy who liked the product. However, he kept on going from, yeah, we don't have the bandwidth right now. So he kept on asking him, so, tell me more, what do you mean by you don't have the bandwidth, right? Is it is it the time? Is it the people and so on? He's like, yeah, the people, but then I also have these other guys that I need to convince. So he started like, okay, so there's more to it than just the bandwidth. Oh, but I have to persuade these other guys. And what do they do? Like, are they is one of them your partner? Do they work under you? And so on. yeah, they're just helping me out and so on. He just kept on like giving me different reasons behind what is the actual truth,
Mm.
which end up discovering that he's essentially right now is lacking the money, right? He's just lacking the funds. And so I
Yeah.
essentially say, so what is more important to you now? Is it to, keep getting the same results that you're getting, which are, I mean, I'm sure they're fairly decent, but we all know that you could get better results with our product, or find a way to generate the funds and discover the funds so you could actually pay for these improved results. I didn't word it exactly like that. I had a better script because I have it in front of me. It's like,
Sure.
I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, I do prefer that. So one thing that I failed though at, and you tell me what you think about this. He's like, yeah, but um, I can only do that like mid-August, right? So I don't know if I should have pushed him more to try to get those funds, to commit to getting those funds, but I don't know if that commitment is a real commitment or is it bullshit. So like, how would you handle a situation where, yeah, it's more important for me to actually find the funds now and invest into the product to get the results that I want, but I won't be able to do it until mid-August. Like, do I just accept that, or do
Or
I
you
just
could be like, well, what changes in the next 3 weeks, man? Like, honestly, because like mid-August is in like 3 weeks' time
yeah,
because we're in July now. So I'm like, all right, well, what
yeah,
changes in the next 3 weeks? He'll be like, oh, well, in the next 3 weeks, I get my tax return. In the next 3 weeks, I've got a big invoice being paid out. So you need to find out, is it the truth? Or is it
yeah,
just bullshit? Oh, well, nothing really changes. I'm like, okay, well, let's cut to the core here. Like, what's besides the finances? Do you think if we solve this problem in the next 3 weeks, you will make more or less money? Well, I'd probably make more money. Okay, is that enough to finance this?
right,
Okay, so can we get some credit? Do you have some savings? Do you have a rainy fund? Do you have something that we can use to get started so we can go from here to here?
yeah,
If he goes, yeah, look, I might have some credit. Okay, how do you want to proceed from here? So sometimes
right,
you have to plant the ideas. I'm like, all right, could we use this? Could we use this? Could we use this? Because sometimes they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking, oh man, like, I don't know if it's a monthly expense that your software is or whatever, but they're like, oh, I can't afford the monthly expense. I'm like, okay, what about in your credit, in your savings? Oh, well, I could probably pay for it with that. Okay.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because people have money, right? Sometimes they don't
It
have
is
enough
fair
in the
enough.
budget for like extra monthly costs, but they've got fucking 5, 10, 15, 20 grand sitting in an account. They're like, oh, but that's for emergencies. Okay. Is now not an emergency? Is it not dire? Is the business not growing? I would
Right.
classify that as an emergency, dude. Oh shit, where? When you put it like that.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so
Uh,
just you got to sometimes help them along the way.
yeah, I mean, you're right. Just being able to provide them with these scenarios that they may not necessarily have considered, and guide them through those. I think that's important for sure. Yeah. Uh, do you have other dudes that or girls that are selling software, and are you assisting them? And are there any specific tendencies that SaaS people tend to have in terms of issues that they have to handle or objections that they tend to handle, or is it just always the same shit?
It's not my area of expertise. Like I mainly sell non ROI offers, so they don't make money from it. Like it's not going to improve the revenue. So I'm more B2C is what is my specialty. So like I could have a guess, man, but it's not going to be solid advice,
No, no,
unfortunately.
fair enough. Fair enough. I was just curious. But I mean, at the end of the day, things are, like you mentioned earlier, the discovery call is just fundamentals, right? And it's just the
Look,
same
you
bullshit.
whether you're selling a CEO or you're selling the local mum, they're both human beings. That's it.
Right.
So like sales is like Matt says it all the time, sales is fucking sales. Yes, there's nuance with like, the specific words that you use and the language of the industry, things like that. But like you just got to
Right.
really get to the core. I'm like, okay, when you get to the truth is it's no longer surface level. So the problem most people have is they have these surface level conversations and they get objections. And then they get objections and they think they need to get better at objection handling, which is just not the truth. So like how I imagine it is like imagine you've got this big lake and then you're throwing rocks across, you're skimming rocks across the lake.
Right.
And what happens is you have a surface level conversation, it gets all the way to the other end of the lake, and then you get onto I need to think about an island. I need to talk to my partner. But all the treasure is at the bottom of the lake. So you need to go
Right.
down and get into the depths of what's going on, and then we can have a good conversation. I'm like, all right, like, because people will go like, you know, what will they talk about? People want to, they'll give you one word answers. They give you very short answers. And I'll say to
Right.
people, I'm like, look, you got to treat me as if I don't know you. Like, what do you mean by that? But what a lot of junior salespeople do is they take an answer and then they line it up with what they have. So an easy one with fitness is, I'm like, what are you doing right now to lose this weight? I go to the gym. Okay, move on. Now, because I go
Right.
to the gym 5 days a week, I assume when they say they go to the gym, they do what I do. They go to the gym 5 days a week. But what if they go once a fortnight? Yeah, yeah, I've been going to the gym. Okay, like, but how often? Oh, not much in the last couple of months. Oh, okay, why is that? XYZ. So you can't just take
Right.
it like your boys were probably doing. They take an answer and then they move on. I'm like,
Right.
well, what does that actually mean though? I can assume what it means, or I can go, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. Um, in terms, I'm curious about framing. At what point in the conversation do you start creating some kind of building them into the frame that you want them to be a buyer, right? And the way I generally look at it, and you tell me if it's correct. One way to, because I've had people that we start a demonstration of the product, and they're like, I ask them a question like, yeah, no, one word answers, right? And so there was one thing that I saw from Jeremy on the NEPQ about framing that he basically said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I just got off the call with this guy that, Mr. Know-it-all just gives one word answers and
Mhm.
people that don't like to be really successful. But anyway, so can you see me and hear me okay? Just obviously kind of transitions from that, but creates this frame of one word answers, unsuccessful people. I'm sure you're not one of them, and then just sort of like completely changes the narrative. Do you also like to start with some kind of framing, or
No,
or do you
right.
build up?
It's not necessary because most people are probably not like that, are they?
Right.
So it's no point like punishing everybody because of a couple of shitty calls. No, you just got to call it out, man. Like if someone's giving you shitty answers, I'm like, dude, help me help you. I don't know enough about you to be 100% confident that what we do is going to work. So unless I kind of like get to the bottom of what's really going on, I can't give you the best solution. No different if I go to the doctor and I sit down in the chair and I give him, he says, how can I help you today? Be healthier. He's going to say, what the fuck does that mean? So sometimes I just will literally say it like that in a nice way. And they're like, okay, you're just trying to help me out. You're not being a prick. I'm like, you booked in the call with me, bro.
Yeah.
So like call it out and people go, oh yeah, you can't read my mind. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what other are there any other frames that you like to use that work well for you throughout the process, the sales cycle? Do you try to frame
I
them in a buyer
no,
in some additional way?
I personally don't. Look, frames are only there to help you. It's more like a junior salesperson tactic.
Okay.
Like frames help give control of the conversation. So you set frames, like a really simple frame. I'm like, all right. So like the call today, like the objective of the call is just to find out what's going on with you, to see where you're at right now versus where you want to get to, and just to see if what we do would actually work for you.
Yeah.
Like that's a frame. Now, I personally don't do them. Like the better you get at sales, the less frames you need to use,
Okay.
and you just use your communication skills to unlock the person, get them to where you want to be. So like probing and clarifying, doing it without being too abrasive, things like that. Now, sometimes frames are good, but generally they just slow down the conversation. Like I'm here to just go as quick as possible, as deep as possible, and then get them off the call.
Okay.
The longer the call, the more likely it's going to end up in I need to think about it or some other objection.
I see. Okay. Um, so one thing that I started doing recently is we used to do one demo, try to close them, and if we cannot, we send them the pricing and send them like a payment link and hope that they close on their own. Which is, in my opinion, was dumb because it's like, well, you
Well,
may
what
have
was
told
the
me that
effectiveness of it? Like, did it work? Did it not
right,
work?
it wasn't very, I mean, it worked probably like 35% of the time, if that. And that was on like on a good week. And that was but you still had to chase them. Like, what's going on? Like, have you given up? Blah, blah, blah. And then I said, all right, so we're going to do something that sounds a little counterintuitive,
Hang on.
but in my
How
mind,
big's the sale?
in terms of the average
Like,
contract value, or
yeah, like, yeah, average. What's it cost?
like 4,300.
Oh, man,
4,300
no.
4,300 for the year. But the thing is, we also have monthly payments. So you could
Yes.
sign up for the software on a monthly basis, which is 360.
Yeah, like if it was 43,000, like, yeah, two-step close. But like 4,300, man, you should be closing that like almost on the spot every time. Like I sell a fitness offer that's worth more than that. And I'm only doing one call closes. That's
Okay.
B2C. That's not even like selling to companies that are got revenue.
Okay. I mean, fair enough, but I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we have the skills, to be honest.
That's fine. It's all about like getting better and better and better. Um, all right. So Jess, so what would have just been doing today? So today's not a YouTube call. Today's, I think I only do YouTube twice a week. Today's more for my committed coaching sales team,
Oh, okay,
but
sorry.
it's all right. Like I'm filling in some questions while the boys arrive. Douglas, are you on committed?
Do you mind if I ask you a quick question, Josh?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. Because when I signed up, it said the role plays were from 8 a.m., like Tuesday to Thursday. Is that true or has it changed?
I think it's Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll let you go then, but I appreciate it.
You can stay on, that's fine. So
Okay.
2 days a week, so 4 days a week I do the sales
Okay.
training. Two
Mm-hmm.
days a week, YouTube can come along, and the other 2 days are purely for committed coaching. So Matt runs committed coaching division, which is like fitness sales.
Yep.
So mainly I just do the fitness sales, and then YouTube can come along and ask some questions, all that kind of
Mm.
stuff, do some role play with us. But these are generally for the fitness side of things. But
Okay.
sales are sales, potato, potato.
Yeah.
But
I,
like while my boys don't have questions, I'm happy to field other questions, so that's fine.
yeah. Thank you, Josh. I guess first question was with your role plays on Tuesday and Thursday, what time do they start?
So in Australia, so I work off Queensland time, so we go
Okay.
from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
Okay. I'm in Sydney, so that makes sense.
Same. Yeah,
Yeah.
7:30.
Thank you.
Hey, you're very welcome. Casey, you're
Going
on
on, my
mute.
man?
All right, I saw some sales coming through.
Yeah, took a little while, but we got her going.
How long you been committed now?
Too damn long, buddy. But since gosh, February, four or
Okay.
5 months now. Yeah,
Look, at least you got grit.
yeah. At least we stuck to it. I actually
Right.
ditched my other offer though. It actually ended up some of the coaches actually left that offer, so I'm going ham on this one now. So it's full bore. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, this
it's
is, as
get
we
after
say,
it.
sales is the hockey stick. So
Oh yeah.
you've been eating shit long enough, time
Oh
to
yeah.
climb. So, okay,
Well,
well, what led to the sale? Like it was a good sale.
the funny part about it, looking back, and I was chatting with Ryan about this, I was the problem all along, and it's like, no shit, you're the one selling. But at the
Yeah, of
same
course.
time, I'm talking myself out of a lot of the sales because I'm like to your classic point, Josh, not following completely the process. You're adding in shit that's taking you in directions that are not helping you. It's not like soon as I just followed exactly what I needed to be, but then also realize more in the sense with that process, there's a certain amount of people that once you see the common denominator of like certain people, I'll start to say, I'll go through the pitch entirely. I usually say now, have you ever had a coach before? Then they'll realize or talk about coaching. There's some people that'll just exit the conversation right away. Some people are open to it. You'll go into pricing, but there's some people that just have the credit, like the one I made that was 3,500. They're lined up, they're open to the thought, and then you can close them. Some other people, as soon as you get into it and they realize they have no interest in the conversation. So keep to that consistency so you can let the people be the difference. And then from there, just try to refine, make better tweaks. Still working on discovery, but I'm on inbound fully now. So it's a little bit different than outbound, 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 a little bit different, but
Okay, awesome. So how many, hang on, where's your stats? So how did you go last week? Did you chuck them up? I think I saw something.
last week's stats.
Okay, all right. 71 book, 48 showed. All right, so we've got 1,500 for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad at all. All right, and we're already up.
It was on Sunday though, so wasn't the best.
Well, no, that's fine. Like, so and then we got one today. How many this week? Two.
Um,
Two?
um,
One each day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I had 2 today. I had 2 yesterday, and then I had 1 on Sunday. 5.
Okay. All right, humming. Now they all coaching, a mix.
All,
What other?
all coaching. Yeah.
All right, you're only self coaching now?
This is another thing I'm just, working through for the most part is there's some people that I've just started skipping and I shouldn't do this. The whole like sup pitch in the middle, even though I know I should be doing it because there's still people I should be doing it. But some people kind of conk out to the thought of like, more pills. And as soon as I hear that kind of in discovery, like I'm getting tired of taking certain things, I'm like, oh, you're ready to get off of what you're already taking medication wise. Yeah, I absolutely hate taking more stuff. I'm like, and I'm going to pitch that next, even though I should just roll into it. I usually kind of hop it, go down into, are you experiencing anything alongside the way, things like stress or cravings? And then I go down to coaching and pitch that. Doesn't
Okay.
always pan out, but
Look, I just personally would always sell coaching. Like, and because you just want to you just get better and better and better at it. Because if you're selling different offers, as in like I'm selling supplements and then supplements plus coaching and then coaching by itself, like just pick something and just fucking sell it all the time. Now, will your close rate go down? Yes, of course, but your AOV will go up. Which who cares? Like you're like, oh, I used to be closed at 40% and 1,000 AOV. Now I close at 20% and 2,500 AOV, which is better.
mm-hmm,
At the end of the day, like you want the bigger ticket stuff. So
for sure.
very good, man. Well fucking done. Grinded it out for many months.
Yeah, we're getting there. Well, the biggest thing with here, right? You have to make at least, I think, like USD is a little bit better for like I'm Canadian, you're Australian, so I think the
Yeah.
exchange rate for us is a little bit better. But I think you have to sell like 20 grand revenue in the month to get like 2, 3 grand. So still building with it, but
Hang on. 20.
so I
So
think
what's the commission percentage? Like,
15 grand to 25 grand's 14%. I think
okay. And then what's the exchange rate?
1.33 currently.
Yeah. I think the exchange rate for Australia is like 1.6, maybe.
Oh wow, that's nice. Okay.
It's very nice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So like
very sexy.
instant 60% increase just
Oh
by
yeah,
being in Australia.
yeah. It
Terrible
gets
if you
even
go,
sexier when you're making what Ryan's making too. Just build, build, build. Because 15 turns into 20 really quickly, and you're like, yeah, I'd take that. So
yeah, no extra
yeah,
effort, extra 60%
yeah.
comms,
Oh
not
yeah.
bad. Very good. All right, Ryan, Ethan, what's happening, boys?
What's up, dude?
Deal number 2
All right,
in the
Ethan's-
days.
Ethan with the Bundy today.
Two
Okay.
Bundys.
Okay.
Two Bundy,
Nice.
two Bundys. Damn.
Who are you, Ethan? You got a captain? Who are you working with?
Wes.
Okay, how's that going?
What do you mean?
Okay, so it's not going.
Well, no, it's going. Like he helps, but so he schedules time at what? 4 my time. So an hour and a half. Yeah, an hour and a half before this starts. So
That's
I
fine.
have calls that go over it.
Yeah, yeah. Look, sales coaching, so I still do coaching with Matt. So I've been working with Matt for
Yeah.
fucking easily over 9 months, and I see him every single week for half an hour. At the start, when I was just doing the pure, just getting better at sales, I would jump on, I have one question, and then we have a half an hour block. I usually have it knocked out within like 15, 20 minutes. Like, you don't need to be at sales coaching for an hour. If it goes for an hour, like, if you got specific questions, come in, get it answered, fuck off. Like, you don't need to be here the whole time. That's it. Now, if you want to stay, amazing. But like, if you're doing like 4 hours of sales coaching a week, like, it's just fucking way too much. Just work on one
Okay.
thing, get your question answered, do the role play on the one thing, get out of there. Nice and simple.
Makes
Otherwise,
sense.
it's too much input. Oh shit. Oh yeah, Josh is giving advice to this guy. I'm like, yeah, but that's probably
That's why
not
I
good.
just get advice from you.
Yeah, that's fine. Like one input. So like Matt's 5 questions, I ask Matt. I'm like, all right, dude, what do I do in this situation? He's like, all right, do this. Great. See you next week. Nice and simple. All right, boys, got questions?
Yes.
Go.
So at the end of the call, and they give the money objection, which is it's the value. Uh, they're always like, I don't know what would be most useful.
As in
So
like,
is
okay,
that a
so
pitch problem?
more than like, as in like you've pitched them like, okay, do you feel like what we've gone through, do you feel like that could be the answer for you, or what's your question?
Yeah, that's basically it. Like that's what I'll say to them.
And they
It's like
say
money
yes.
aside, do you feel like this would help you lose the weight? Like help you lose da da da, help
Hang
you
on, no,
achieve
that's
XYZ.
two different things we're talking about. So once you
I
pitch
I just say
someone,
weight loss. Yeah.
yeah. So once you pitch someone,
Yeah.
do you feel like what we've gone through there, do you feel like that could be the answer for you? Do you feel like that could be the missing piece? Do you feel like that could get you to where you want to get to? Yes, I do. Okay, why do you feel like it could? Well, the part about accountability. Okay, great. And then we go through the finances.
Like I'll wait till he's back.
I can hear you.
So what, okay, well, I know you were talking to someone. So after, well, so do you do that as the money objection, or do you do that in terms of like before that as you're going through the pitch, like near the end of the pitch,
No, that's
before
at
you
the
drop
bottom of the
price?
pitch. Before I,
Okay.
well, I do price differently. I put my price at the
Yes.
top of the pitch. Now, neither here nor there. Like, you can be successful with both, obviously. But once you've gone, so when I go through the pitch, before I give price, I want to make sure that they feel like, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So they're like, yes, I believe that could be the answer. Okay, what did we go through specifically that makes you feel that way? Why do you feel like it could be the answer? However you want to ask that. And they say, well, this part. Because if you're having
Okay.
that pop up constantly,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yes. So
That's
so you
Fine.
like
kind of
that.
do that as your final
Sorry, guys.
check. Sorry, Ryan.
Yes.
Before you go for into the final, like, okay, so typically your full online pricing, blah blah blah, that part. So you do that right before.
Before you get to the money, yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you have a process that's working, we're not going to fuck with it.
Well, it's coming off like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 80% of the calls that don't close.
So they're all given the same shit.
Very similar.
Okay, so if you're getting a very similar objection every time, there's something that's causing that. Now, if you're getting a widespread, like, partner, think about it, finances,
I got partner.
need to pray about it. Like, that. If they're all different, that's fine. If they're all the same or majority is the same, we have a problem. So if it's the
Yeah, it's a
financial
value.
yes, financial side of things, if they're like, yeah, I don't know, they're not that fucking interested in what you're selling. If they're like, oh man, like it's this, like, yeah, absolutely, this is going to be the thing that's going to help me out, then we have a good high value pitch.
Yeah.
So, is your pitch the same as the boys?
Yeah. Like I use Ryan's pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it just doesn't, it loses them along the way.
It's not meaty enough. Okay,
Mm,
are you so when I say meaty enough, like they're not sinking their teeth into it. And what I
Yeah,
mean by
they're just like,
that,
yeah, okay, that sounds good. Like they're not, you can tell they're not really excited by it.
okay, how generic is the pitch? Like, is there anything tied into their actual discovery?
Do you want me to post it?
Just pitch me.
Okay. So the first pillar is proper supplementation. This is everything we just went over. It's the proper protocol for getting all the right herbs, minerals, and vitamins into your body to help improve problems they have. Does this make sense?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
weak.
does it.
Doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. Yep, keep going.
Okay, second pillar, and this is arguably the most important one, is accountability and customization. This is simply a coach working with you one-on-one, making sure we're getting everything done correctly. But for, a male in his 30s dealing with, excess, well, it's gender, age specific founded
Yeah,
factors. So whatever they
yes.
told me. And of course, just based on where your hormones are and metabolism sit. But we also want someone there who's actually satisfied. I don't like, I gotta fix that language. Sorry, Ryan. Actually make sure you are actually satisfied every single week. Uh, we're going to guarantee the results because you're going to have someone working with you one-on-one. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and the third pillar is all about sustainability. Sometimes they'll interject and by saying like, oh, you know how you mentioned in the past, how you've kind of yo-yoed a bit, or
Mm,
you've seen blah blah blah. Yeah. So the number one feedback we get from our clients over the years is that before they started working with us, they were struggling with maintaining their weight. Now, have you ever had, I ever lost the weight and then put it back on, even just a little bit?
I have, yes.
Yeah, a little frustrating, right? So our job here is now that you're in your 30s, we want to make sure we're going through your the rest of your 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up to 100. You're keeping the weight off because if you kept the weight off and didn't put it back on, like how would you feel about that?
I'd feel pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Now our job is to make sure everything from start to finish all works together because we want to make sure we get to the goal and we maintain it. And then it kind of continues. And we don't want to have you taking the capsules for the rest of your life, right? So what we often is after the protocol is complete, you'll be able to maintain your results with a regular diet and a healthy lifestyle without the need of any supplementation at all. Okay.
Okay.
And then it goes into, okay, and then there's a couple options here you do qualify for, yada, yada.
Yeah, like obviously, like it's working. Like Ryan's getting sales. Ryan, are you saying it word for word, or you just kind of riffing a bit as you go through it?
I was just gonna say that because I actually like I had it like super generic before, but I would change it when I'm actually pitching. And then I
Mm,
made it a bit more custom because I realized people were pitching it using the generic. And so I try
yes.
Yeah.
to add in like some like red of like where to specifically change stuff.
Mm,
Um, but like I'll change it and riff based on like what they told me through it. And if I need to like
Yeah.
switch it up a little bit while I'm going through that, I do. So like each one will sound slightly different, but it's the same like overall framework.
okay, I thought that might be the case because I've got my pitch, but like I don't look at my pitch. Like I'm like I don't read it word for word, and then I've given it out, and then people are like, and I've heard the calls back. I'm like, why are they saying that? And then I realize, oh shit, they're just reading what I've written. Like that's not what actually I say.
Yeah.
Do you want to role play real quick?
Yep, go for it. You can do it with Ethan.
Okay.
And my
Um,
client,
Yes.
yeah, you can
okay,
be a an old woman.
an old one. Yeah, that's my go-to prospect today.
It's oh, dude, we run into so many like 67-year-old women.
Hang on.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
good.
So what
Okay.
problems have you said I'm dealing
Um,
with?
all right, we'll say
What
you're
am
on
I
like
what am I dealing?
some medication, like some cholesterol,
40
some blood pressure meds.
lose 40 pounds.
Sure, 40
Yeah.
pounds.
Okay.
Um, you've been on like a yo-yo, kind of
Yep.
the usual suspects.
Yeah. Tried
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, tried everything. I've
Nothing's
done
worked.
keto. Nothing works for me. Um, but okay. All right,
Stressed.
great. Yeah, the usual shit.
Yeah.
Um, All right, great. And so like now part of the reason we have such a high success rate, and we've worked with over 100,000 clients in the last 30 years, is because we really focus on three main pillars to get this done. The first pillar is that proper supplementation. This is basically everything we just went over. It's the proper protocol of getting all the right herbs, minerals, vitamins into your body, making sure we're clearing out any forms of toxicity buildup, especially from that statin medication that you've been taking, as well as the blood pressure medications, making sure we're clearing out any forms of chemical buildup. That's going to help us break through plateaus, but it's also going to make sure we're really avoiding that yo-yo effect that you've had over the last like couple years here. Now, through that process, I want to make sure too we're improving the sleep because I know you said right now we're getting 4 to 5 hours a night. I want to make sure that we're increasing that so that way we're not dealing with any types of hormonal imbalances. We're not fighting our own body to get that weight off. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect. Now, the second pillar, and arguably this is the most important one, is accountability and customization. But simply a coach working with you one-on-one, making sure that you're getting everything done correctly. But for a woman in her 60s, dealing with some of the arthritis in the knees, not being able to get that activity level in, and working on a farm, of course, all of these factors come into play. Now, what we want to do is make sure it's balanced and really customized around where your hormones and where your metabolism sits now. We want someone there to make sure you're actually satisfied every single week. And so we're going to actually guarantee those results because you have someone working with through that process. I don't ask them, how does that sound? I'll be honest, I just skip it.
Yeah.
Um, Third pillar, all about sustainability. The number one feedback we get from our clients really over the years is that before they started working with us, they struggle with actually maintaining their weight loss. Now, have you ever gone through, lost weight, and then put it back on, even just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And it's a little bit frustrating, right? And we hear that countless times, that yo-yo cycle of just losing weight, gaining weight, just being on that hamster wheel. And so what we want to do is make sure that now that you are in your 60s, you're going through the rest of your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to 100 if we make it there, that we're keeping that weight off. I actually don't ask that next part. Um, and that's really our job is to make sure that everything here, start to finish, from supplementation to coaching to the aftercare and preventative maintenance period, we're maintaining all of those because it's not just about getting to the goal, it's about actually maintaining it over that long term. Now, through that process, of course, we don't want you to have to take really supplements, capsules for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
Right, of course not. So what we do is we actually put the plan in place so that way we can go through, get to the goal, lose the weight, improve all the areas that we're looking at, but then be able to sustain just through regular diet and healthy lifestyle without the need of any supplementation in the future. Okay?
Okay.
And move into asking time
Yeah.
frame. Now, like
So
that's the problem because I riff it off
yeah.
of like a couple different things, but it's hard for me to put that in to like because
Yeah.
it'll be different depending on each person.
Yeah. I think I just like have to set up where I expand upon it. Um,
Mm.
which I do, but I think the first thing, well, I'm gonna listen back to what you said and kind of take notes because I really liked what you said about how you listed pillar one. You know, you fleshed out the problems I have very well. And then,
Yes.
well, so something I run into, either Josh or Ryan, is and this is what we talked about yesterday, Josh. They're a little more clear on it, and I did the mechanic reframe twice, but sometimes they still don't kind of get like, oh, you're kind of missing the final piece.
Are they giving you
Uh,
pushback on saying that like the
yeah.
supplement they
What's
have is enough?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Ryan? How do you
So
debunk it?
so the mechanic like thing is good. I usually be like, of course. And so like the aquasculpt's gonna do exactly what it's supposed to do. I use like a Jeep commercial. Have you heard that analogy?
now let's hear it.
Okay, so it's just like, yeah, so it's like picture, like a Jeep commercial, right? Like you can drive off road, drive in the water, take on anything, right? But if you drive a Jeep into the middle of the ocean, you're probably going to be in a bad spot, right? Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
right. But it doesn't make the Jeep a bad car. It's the same exact thing with the XYZ supplement. Like it's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. It's going to help with your metabolism, it's going to help with the appetite regulating hormones, but what it's really going to do is provide some of those foundational pieces. What we need to do here is build the rest of that. So that way you're not sitting in the middle of the ocean. So that way you can drive that car, be able to take it to your end goal. Does that make sense? Usually they're like, yeah.
yeah.
Now,
Where do you put that in the call before you go back to what you were gonna say? Like, where do you
Um,
stick that? Like
it depends
before
if they're
pillar one?
hitting me with shit. Yeah, it depends if they're hitting me with shit or not. So like if I say pillar one and they're like, wait, but I thought that was supposed to get me everything I needed, I might say it there. If they don't say anything about it, I'm not gonna say it. Um, the other one I use too is like be like, yeah, like the aquasculpt picture like you're going on a road trip, right? The aquasculpt's gonna give you like 25% of your tank full, or even half a tank. You got a half a tank of gas. Now of course, you can get started with that. You can get on the road. You can start on whatever journey you're taking. Now, what we do is we give you the GPS and we fill up the rest of your tank. So that way you have everything in the process to get to the end goal, but you also know where you're going. So you're not just driving back and forth, hoping for the best. It's how we actually shift it to a lifestyle and we can actually make sure that you can sustain long term without that supplementation. Okay. Usually it'll be like, sure. Some people still are like, fuck off, no way. That's okay too. But usually
That
that
happens.
one of those two will
Now,
get me out of there a bit.
what's the effectiveness? Like, have you closed people after reframing them?
Yeah. Yeah. I've had
Cool.
people be like, okay, cool. And then usually I won't try to sit in there too long. So like sometimes if like they're starting to go off and like get on about like the supplement, blah, 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 I'll do that and be like, does that make sense? Yeah, cool. Just go straight to the next thing and just start like
Correct.
rolling on. Because if you sit too long there, they're just gonna go right back into it. And I've had people like circle right back to it, but the supplement said, and then it's like, yeah, right. And then you don't want to just hit them with a ton of analogies because then they get pissed.
Right.
Cool. So, all right, very good. Yeah, I like the analogies. Like, if you guys try to replicate Matt's analogy word for word, you'll fuck it up. Like, it's just not, you have to just make it your own. You're like, okay, what do I want out of this? And how do I get them there? Like, that's why analogies are good. It's just for you to say something to help them understand what you want them to get to. Otherwise, you're like, oh, yeah, Matt said this thing about something and I'm trying to do it and it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, because you probably fucked it up. So like just make something that makes
Thanks,
sense to
Josh.
you. Yeah, that's what it comes
The,
down
the
to.
road
But
the road
same thing
trip
with the
one makes
pitch.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, road trip sounds good. But yeah, so same thing with the pitch. So I've had many guys over the last couple of sessions like, oh, I'm using Ryan's script, and I'm like, it's fucking that pillar one's dog shit. Like it's so bad. So I'm like, you guys need to change the pillar. But now Ryan's on. I'm like, I fucking bet he's not even saying that.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Kinda,
which is fine
not
because
entirely.
that's how most good salespeople sell. They're like they've got the bare bones of the pitch, which is on their script, and they're just filling in all the pieces from discovery. Like, okay, that goes there, that goes there, and that goes there. And then you have a very, very, very strong pitch. Because for the life of me, I'm like, there's no way you're doing 10 times better than guys with the exact same script. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
it's good.
You
So the
listen to
pitch is
Jordan
tight.
too. Jordan does the same shit. Like he'll change everything like
Every
around that
good salesperson
person.
does the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never just read the pitch. Like at the start, you read the pitch, but as you're getting more familiar with your pitch, you're like, yes, I understand where I'm trying to get to. Then it becomes a tailored pitch. Like Matt will just go scriptless. He's like, all right, pillar one, two, and three is just their problems. That's it. Now, mind you, we don't need to do that. You have a process that works very well. So we just keep the process. You just keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, don't change it. Everybody else, Ethan, Casey, you guys, it's just like I would take the call from today. I would
Yep.
transcribe it and go, all right, what was he doing in that call? Because it'd be pretty much similar each time.
Yeah.
ChatGPT works too. Just ask it, be like, I have a supplement that it says you can do all these things. Give me an analogy for why someone would need like coaching or more supplement. And it'll spit out a bunch of ones. Some of them are like stupid, but some of them are decent.
Yep, perfect. All right, Ryan, you had a question earlier?
Oh, I just wanted to say, so I saw they posted in the leadership channel thing, saying making sure everybody is on DRC script, which is like the one that's just like bang, bang, bang. No, not what we're doing currently.
No,
Um,
fuck no. Do not do that.
cool.
Do not like, okay. Is the objective of the company to make revenue or is it to follow a specific process?
Yeah, make revenue 100%.
So, how we make the revenue, as long as it's ethical and we're not bashing the product, then we stick to the process.
Cool.
Like I'm
Works
telling you
for me.
now, like this is how Matt sells. Everything I've taught teaching you guys is what I've been taught. Matt does not steamroll people through calls, just fucking straight line them, fucking bang.
Mhm.
Like that's just not. You want high refunds? Do that script. Like, because it's not the
Cool.
effectiveness. It's like, how does the person feel at the end? Do they feel bullied? Do they feel excited? Do they feel like, oh my God, like there's some hope? Or they're just like rammed into the sale? So yeah, it can be effective, but I've seen in some of the higher leadership channels, like some of the boys are getting crazy refunds. They're like, dude, I'm getting refunds of like 40%. I'm like, I wonder why. Because you're fucking straight lining people, borderline bulldogging them into a sale. And they sign up and then afterwards they're like, fuck these guys. So, like my refund rate of our company last year was less than 0.5% because people were excited to join the program. They're like, "Oh my God, they're like, thank you so much." Like you guys will get it. They're like, "Thank you. This is like exactly what I need. I'm really excited." Versus like objection handle into the fucking ground and beat them with the mindset bad and then they give in and then they sign up and then they refund or they charge back. So no, we're not going to change something that works very well.
To be honest, I still feel like sometimes because after discovery it turns into a straight line. I still feel like I'm like pushing people sometimes, kind of down that path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least with a really good discovery, like they've kind of opened right up and they're
Mm.
wanting to have the conversation. So I'm not against it. Um, but yeah, no, I'm not into bullying people to make a sale. Like it's just it's awful. It's combative.
Cool.
Yeah, no, stick to it, Casey.
Two quick questions. One thing I never understood since the beginning is Native Path, whatever the line is, has their own refund policy of whatever sorts. But if we sell so much volume and they ended up refunding, how does that not affect our sales after we get paid commission? Because at the end of the day, if they're like, what are they using for refund? Is it just whatever Native Path or whatever has? And you're just basically sell, 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 and then they're just like,
No idea. As in, like,
okay.
if they refund, you're not. So it's called a clawback. A clawback is like, I made like some industries have clawbacks of up to like 5 years, 10 years, particularly like big banks. They're like, all right, if someone refunds or something or whatever, the
Mhm.
sale falls through. Even if you're not at the company, they're like, you owe us money because the sale fell through. Now,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like here, it's not like that, obviously. So are there clawbacks? Are you guys like getting deducted commissions?
That's what Godwin told me that they yeah, they take it out of commission for this month.
Okay.
Damn.
Are they letting you know, or it's just a lesser paycheck?
Um, well, you get like a they like a the accountability coach will submit like they call it a wrangle ticket, and then it'll be like customer wants to refund, and it'll be this is what we talked about the last time I
Yeah,
was on here, and it'd be like 2 months ago, and it's like I go back and I look, and it's just like, well, why do they want a refund? And so they are supposed to, after they're onboarded, the accountability coach is the person that's supposed to save it.
of course.
Now, the only problem is I don't know if what their incentive is to save it. So like they will go in, and I've had accountability coaches do a good job, but some of them too will just be like, no, it's not even worth jumping on the call. I'm like, what do you mean it's not worth jumping on a call? Like you're about to refund my comms here. Um,
Yeah. Look,
so it's I
I
don't
would
know.
personally like just hit up Eric or someone like that and just go, "Hey, dude, like I don't understand the situation. This is what's going on right now." Because like there are good coaches and there are bad coaches. Now, we don't want bad coaches in the company. So if if the company is that hell bent on the core principles, never harm the customer and all that bullshit, well, not bullshit, but all that stuff, then they would be like, this coach needs to be reprimanded because they're not actually holding up the values of the company. Because if the salespeople have to be held to it, the coaches have to be held to an even higher standard because they're doing the fulfillment of the product. So if you see some bullshit like that, someone's going under the bus, unfortunately. I'm like, hey, by the way, like this is what's going on. This is affecting my commission. This is affecting the results the client wants. This is not up to me. who needs to deal with this? Because, like, man, if one of my coaches did that, I'm like, you can get the fuck out of this company. Because you're
Yeah, and
fucking
I'm
with my comms.
because some of the situations, like I get, like some of them are weird. Like I had one, she was like 3 months in, and she got coaching through the full 3 months, and she's like, I'm a little bit confused about like the payments that I'm doing, so I just want to cancel the whole thing. And they were like, cool, canceled. And I was like, how? She just went through 3 months of coaching. How are we canceling this right now?
Yeah,
But it was
bit
like
rough.
confusion on the financial side. So I'm like, is that me that like, because we did talk 3 months ago, so I don't know if she forgot about it, like what was actually happening. So I don't know. Some of them it's like a little middle of the road. I'm like, is that me? Is that them? Like who's fucking this up?
Look, normally speaking, like if you have clients that are seeing results and they're happy with the coach, they're going to keep on. So it depends. Like sometimes it's not the operator. Sometimes people just don't do it. They're just like, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to go for the
Yeah.
walks. I don't want to count my calories. I'm like, okay, not much we can do there.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, quick questions, and then I've got to rock in a sec. All right, Ethan.
Okay, real niche problem, but I've been asked twice in lifetime. Like, what are your credentials? This lady today is like, you ran a diagnosis on me. It's like, what are your credentials to say all this?
Look, man, not even worth handling.
Flat out lie.
It's funny.
Yeah, like
I
anyone
did
that's asked
deferred
me,
authority.
yeah, anyone that's ever asked for qualifications has never bought from me.
Yeah, no
Like it's
doubt.
just, I'm like, yep. So the company, just say like the company employs hundreds of
Yeah.
coaches.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, but it's never
And
enough.
oh, it won't be. She's like, I have a degree or whatever. I'm like, that's great. I was like, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
fight
but
her on it, but I was like, oh, whatever. In my head.
yeah, it's not worth it. I'm like,
It's
look,
funny.
the sales that you get, like they're pretty smooth. So if
Yeah.
you're like, if your conversation is like absolutely just tanking, you just be like, look, the odds of me closing this are probably fucking pretty low.
Oh, this was only at the end. This was when I dropped the price.
All the way back
Very
there.
end.
Mm,
Very end.
yeah, yeah. Look, you can't do much about it. You just say, look,
I thought it was funny.
I'm like, look, the coaches that we have on board, the coaches that are going to be doing the work,
Yeah.
qualified. Because I think, what are they? Nutritionists,
That's
dietitians,
that's all
personal
I
trainers?
said. I was like, yeah, some of them have their masters, PhDs. They're very qualified individuals.
Of course.
Me myself, I just, it doesn't really matter what I do, whatever.
Yeah, like my job is
It's
to make
funny.
sure that you're a good fit for what we do. And based on what we've gone over today, I genuinely believe that we can help you out. Like that's all
Yeah.
you can do.
It's always funny too. It's like having a degree doesn't mean shit.
No, of course not.
I have an
Like,
engineering degree. Who cares?
yeah, yeah. No, well, you can
Who
just say,
cares?
look, I'm like, look, yeah, like I'm fully I have I have a university degree, so this is something I've been doing
I
for a
said
long time.
that. I was like, yeah, I have an engineering degree. Who cares? It's like, who cares?
You just say, yeah, I've been at university for 4 years. I've got a bachelor's, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
got I got a cute little ring. I got also certificate
lovely.
somewhere.
All right. No, I can't do much about it, man. I wouldn't. It's just too niche to be
I
something that
know.
you handle. Casey.
Yeah, I have a question about like with the bait and switch, they really don't like if you say that in the main channel. That's for sure. I learned that the hard way. But the big thing about like this type of sale, there is that fact that when they hop into it, it is like you've switched them in the moment. They're like, yeah, I guess I kind of also need this as well. They commit to it, they go into it. I did have a lady today, and I'm really glad I didn't actually sell her. Hour and 15 minutes. I sold her in 20 minutes, didn't get the sale. Hour and 15 minutes trying to get her just to get her to pay credit cards through payment processing. Literally, what type of phone do you have? Does it have the Apple on the back? What button is the text message button? Went through all that bullshit. But also to know expectation versus reality in your point of view as a coach, what should we kind of be saying when it comes to expectations for fat loss? For maybe they're not like seeing and that we're maybe stating, and I don't know if they actually remember that far. And then also, do you feel like maybe we can come up with our own criteria of people that, even though you could make the sale, it's pretty likely they're going to refund if they get so frustrated because they're like trash at tech, because they do have a big app they force everyone on with the coaching, and they say, yeah, do all your stuff through the app. If some people are just trash with tech, do you feel like there's a certain criteria of people that you could sell, but then you also have a large percentage of those people that'll probably refund.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like our oldest clients are like late 60s in our program and like
Okay.
struggling to get on a Zoom call. By the end of
Okay.
it, like that's why they got the coach. I'm like, all right,
Okay.
I'm going to be on this call until you understand how to do it. And we're going to do it 5 times. And then they're like, okay, I feel really good. So like if you have a good coach, it's not a problem.
Okay.
What was the other part? So the coaching side of things. Expectations around results.
Yeah.
I don't know. You need to reach out to someone in leadership or someone, the coaches, and go, hey guys, what's the average results we can expect from the coaching? This is going to help me sell people into it. And they'll say, look, I generally see people lose between X and X per month. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you don't want to lie about it. So just get the information.
Okay, so
Alright.
you remember the 3 months 25, 4 months 35?
Yeah, but at the same time too, like when I'm on there, I think in the moment, like I don't say it just to say it, but I'll be like, yeah, 1 to 2 pounds a week, and then we'll set you up for success. It can be really flexible to your entire lifestyle. You can have your piece of cake and eat it too. Go for dinner on a Friday. Like I do paint a hell of a freaking picture that's a little like pretty like that's where I was also trying to think
All
like
right,
to what
boys,
extent.
you're gonna have to continue this in the Slack
Yeah, no
channel.
worries.
All right, lads. Good chat. We'll
Have a good
catch you on
one.
the next one.